Hello, I'm Dr. Kim Duramo, and I want to share in this video with you the main reason why, as a physician, I have found mind-body medicine to be the most powerful way to practice medicine for healing the body, for healing disease, for repatterning your nervous system and everything that's going on in your body, and why this is such a powerful approach for not only affecting your health, but changing everything in your life, changing your whole concept of who you think you are. And so I'm going to draw this grid really of sort of this scale of consciousness. And you could take Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You could take David Hawkins' scale of consciousness. He's a physician who studied how consciousness affects our body, our reality. There's a lot of people who've teased this out, and this is probably the number one most essential point that can really get lost when we are doing self-healing, when we are energy sensitive and empathic and we want to consciously manifest our lives, or really when we're approaching anything that we are really devoted to seeing a change. And that is, so we've got sort of everything in here, and now I'll draw that kind of grid of, this levels, right? And levels in consciousness. Esther Hicks talks about this with Abraham, where there's the heightened levels of joy, peace, well-being, gratitude. These are not only emotional states, these are energy frequencies. Our body is pure energy. Everything in here is energy. And everything in here is the created, right? So this is the created world, the known world. In these higher states of gratitude, joy, well-being, love, we can actually measure 8 to 10 feet away from your body what these frequencies are doing. Your heart is in a higher state of the way it's communicating with your lungs and synchronizing with your physiology, your blood pressure, your digestion. Everything is very, very powerfully enhanced toward health. Even your brain functioning, the thoughts you have, the way you see reality when you're in these higher states. The lower states, and we've got like shame, fear, anger, which is a little bit higher than this. You come up the scale, right? You've got this like, oh, I feel so bad about myself. I'm not enough. And so all of your actions and behaviors are impacted by that. Or you carry fear. So your nervous system's constantly clenched down. This will directly, in fact, affect your digestion, even your brain processes. How you respond when someone cuts you off in traffic will tell you where you are on this scale, right? Are you in a state of peace, which is way up here at the top? Are you in a state of like contentment? Kind of right in the middle, right? It's a higher state, but not that heightened state of joy, passion, love. So anywhere in this scale, it's a scale of consciousness. We can begin to become self-aware. Where am I on this scale? Now, there are solutions, methodologies, approaches that lie within this scale. Sorry about that. Conventional medicine, for example, is in a certain consciousness. You go to a doctor, they have certain judgments, ideas, belief systems, right? So all of these, let me use a different color, will affect our belief systems, right? So depending on where you are on the scale, you're in a different belief set. You're in gratitude, right? And the person cuts you off. Oh, you know what? Let him go. Maybe he has somewhere important to go. I have time. I can take my time. Life is on my side. It's going to work out fine. You're down here in anger. Frustration. Can't believe this guy cut me off. Who does he think he is, right? You're in a fight with like an unknown. Nothing's actually happened, but you're already in a fight. And so your belief systems are going to dictate where you reside. We have seen medically these lower states are profoundly detrimental to your physiology. So your immune system couldn't clear Epstein-Barr virus easily, or Lyme disease, or any other, pathogens like parasites and yeast, and you could for years and years try these diets and do physical things to try to change your body. But if these belief systems and these frequencies are in place, lots of luck. You're going to be pushing the boulder up a hill because it's working against you to such a heightened degree. So where am I functioning? What are my belief systems is going to affect everything in my body. The point I want to make here, though, we have these solutions. All right, well, do this cleanse or do this medication, or, oh, but I have thyroid disease, so I have to take a medication, or I have a genetic illness, so I have to blah, blah, blah. These all lie within conclusions, belief systems, within this scale. So you may go to the doctor and you feel like, oh, this just doesn't resonate with me. You'll never be able to, you have to take medication for the rest of your life, or you're not going to be able to eat these 10 foods, and that's great if it resonates. Wow, I'm so grateful and thankful. This really works for me. I'm back to well-being. But if you realize like, you know what, that just makes my life more limited. That's not really my solution. This is what happened for me years back. I was diagnosed with a severe autoimmune disease, told I'd be on medications for life. My whole lifestyle was going to be restricted. I'd never run again. And I realized, you know what, that perspective just isn't my truth. Now, how did I know that? And where do I do my work so we can utilize everything in the known, everything in the created world, because all of it is part of creation, whether it's a medication or it's a surgery or it's a detoxification process or it's a holistic remedy or homeopathic or fill in the blank. It's all in here. It's a buffet. None of it's bad. And if you're in clarity, you could choose exactly the thing that's going to be most powerful for you. But usually we're operating in these lower frequencies. We're not actually operating in the space of creator, right? What is outside of all of this? What is beyond all of this? And so it's not these emotional states that are the toxic thing that keep you contracted, that negatively affect your nervous system and your immune system, like everything we've studied in medicine of psychoneuroimmunology, how your system is governed by your thoughts and beliefs. It's resistance to these frequencies. So you repress that anger. You hide away the shame. No, I don't have any fear and shame. No, I'm good. Everything's good. I'm busy. I'm good. It's repressed. You're not actually in the peace and ease of well-being and connection. And that's what makes these states so toxic. So when we're in this space, right, in the world, we can be in this world but not of it. When we identify with this, when we buy into the belief systems, we are governed by these conclusions and limitations. And so that's why trying to climb the scale of consciousness, let me get to that more positive state. Let me focus on gratitude and do my gratitudes every day, which is awesome. I do a gratitude practice every day. But when we do it from here, we connect with Creator. It is a whole world apart from when we do it from here, the created, right? The small self. I'm a physical body just trying to get somewhere. Let me increase my frequency. Let me fix my body. Let me do the right thing, right? This whole space is duality. This space is beyond duality. So when I do my work, we're asking questions, we're staying open, we're having curiosity. I can tune into someone's system and immediately know where the issue lies, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, something that happened, a traumatic event, a food they're eating that's really inflaming their body. We can know whatever it is we need to know, but we can't know it from the conclusions and the judgments. So when we have, let's look at this, our systems, right? So we've got created medical system and all the conclusions, judgments, beliefs that go along with them, right? And people will say, well, that's just science. Who's asking the question? Who's publishing the science? Whose science perception reality is that? Because it's also science that we are quantum. It's science that our consciousness affects our cellular and our DNA. So there's nothing unscientific about that. It hasn't It's not that it hasn't been shown in clinical studies. So you want to look at like, well, which perspective am I looking at? You've got diet, you've got nutrition. Yes, that affects your health profoundly. But when we're in the conclusions of, you got to eat the right foods, these are good foods, these are bad foods, you've got to restrict this, you can or can't do that, your body is inflamed when you eat that food, you're mounting an immune response, so you got to avoid those foods. There's a principle that lies beyond those conclusions that can actually bring your body into a harmony where that inflammation isn't there, where even your DNA is altered, so it's no longer affecting you in a negative way. So we have all of these conclusions, judgments, beliefs, right? This is the created world. We have lots of modalities. I love homeopathy, which is really founded on the understanding that we are pure energy. You could do a detox. There's like a myriad of a million things in here. And so when someone is sick, they've got to sort through like a million things and figure out which approach is right for me. Well, even just in one of these things, you've got like a million different practitioners you could go to, or you've got energy medicine, right? Oh, I'm going to go to do Reiki. Well, if I'm in the realm of conclusion, yeah, I better hope I find the right person because they're all different. When I'm operating from this space beyond created, right? I'm operating from no mind. I'm operating from unity instead of duality. I can know immediately, boom, there's the thing, there's the solution, there's the practitioner, there's the homeopathic remedy. It's usually one thing that can unwind the whole thing that's holding that illness or that problem together. You can't find it from the consciousness of the stuff, but you can find it from the consciousness beyond the stuff, right? The creator instead of the created. So this is why when I do my work with embracing health, or when I'm working with people individually, we're not operating in the mind. I don't tell them, oh, let's look at your vitamin D level. We bring them into a higher consciousness, and those things either take care of themselves or become super clear and apparent with like a eureka moment and easy to obtain. So if you're on a convoluted journey of like, maybe it's my hormones, let's check this, and everything's just getting more complex, 25 supplements a day, but it doesn't feel fluid, let's bring you to a higher consciousness. So you access solutions. That's like the bullseye. You find the exactly right person serendipitously. You hear about something and you know, ding, 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 that's my path. When we're in fight or flight, it contracts us right back into this place of contraction, conclusion, judgment. So there's a ton going on in the system. All right, we've got physical, mental, emotional, right? We've got like this whole world of the physical. You've got a tumor. You've got a genetic abnormality. You've got food allergies. You've got Epstein-Barr virus, blah, 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 blah. Okay, this is a smallest proportion of what's actually going on. Emotional, right? Our emotions affect directly and immediately what is showing up physically. They'll affect our hormones. They'll affect our genetics. They'll affect our digestion, right? Then we've got the mental, the belief systems, conclusions, judgments, beliefs, judgments, right? Our perspective. This is the biggest, right? This is where so much of what's happening in our physical reality and in our body and in our health is being created. So where's that trauma that had me believe I'm not safe? So my emotional state, right, is going to be always affected, and my physical, my nervous system is clamped down in fight or flight almost all the time. Maybe I got to get like a massage every single week just so I'm not in pain. What's going on at this level? Because when we do this work and understand we are pure energy, we are frequency, and that our consciousness affects our physical and our health, we can work on these deeper levels. So we can access from the creator, which is outside of all of this, right? Creator consciousness, not the small self I am, but the true I am. I am an infinite being experiencing a physical reality. I am connected with that space beyond all that is, beyond the known and unknown. Can I connect with that so I immediately know, boom, here's the thing. This is what's going on. This is what needs to happen, because your higher system does know. But if you don't tap into that, you're just going to be on the hamster wheel of all of the stuff. You do not need to live here. You can begin to reside here. It is super, super easy. It repatterns everything happening in your system, your belief system, your brain and your brain function, your emotional state, your nervous system alignment, right? Whether you're in fight or flight, contraction, or you're in the ease and well-being that allows the relaxation response, which is the body's ability to heal itself. This is the most powerful effect on everything happening medically and on everything being created, everything showing up in your reality. And so in the Embracing Health program, which we have just launched, we launch it once a year and have a group come live through this process to begin to function from here. I think this is the most important thing you can understand about the work I'm doing here. We are not functioning from the conclusion. We are bringing you to the space that you're already connected with, which is beyond this. This is where new creations show up. Something is possible that was previously impossible. Something is changed and released that was previously like a solid physical thing. It's not going to change. We have to take the tumor out. We have to, it's your genetics, right? It's like a solid thing to, whoa, what was impossible is actually possible. You've got to access that by coming into a higher state. It changes the way your brain is functioning. You go from that like beta brainwave of judgments, conclusions. Think of it like your regular operating system of all the memories, all the lineage, all the traumas, all the learning that keeps you in your solid appearing reality, keeps you in the problem. Einstein tells us the solution does not exist in the same consciousness where the problem resides. You've got to shift your consciousness. So lower brainwave states, right? And just going to curiosity. Wow, I wonder what she's talking about. I wonder what's possible for me. Helps you let go of that beta brainwave functioning, even just for a moment, so something new can come in. If you think of your computer operating system, you're going to reboot and put a new program. You have to turn the computer off and let it reboot so that the new programming can run. Same thing with your physiology, your brain, and your nervous system. And it will change everything about what's showing up in your health, about what's showing up in your reality. So literally problems can dissolve. You have more power than you've ever imagined. So we're gonna go into this space. And I'm welcoming you if you are interested, if this resonates and you're ready to make a major change in everything about who you're being in this world. This is a really powerful way to do this. We connect with you throughout the year. You're in this group, we're in this program. Myself and the Mind Body Mentors are guiding you through this integration. And you will integrate a whole new space. You will see your reality change and shift. We have incredible testimonials from people who've come through this program in the past. The page is at drkimd.com/health. And if you're ready, take some action and we will see you in the program. It starts in June. I am sending you my love and I look forward to your expansion.